Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will cover several programming exercises to enhance our coding skills. We'll solve problems related to computing average, generating specific patterns, computing the BMI, determining the class standing, and calculating power in an electric circuit. So as you can see here, we have five problems to work on. So let's start by opening your preferred IDE. In my case, I'll be using here Visual Code. Next is let's create a file. So I'll be pressing here right click, new file, and then I'm going to have here solution1.java. So I'll be now answering or solving the first problem. So let me copy this one here so that we'll have a reference to our problem. So we have our first problem here. So as you can see in the problem, we will be solving the average of the numbers given 2, 4, 5, and 10, and then we're going to print out the answer. So let's first declare our variable, but before that, let's have our main Java class and begin writing our program. And then here, let's now declare our 4 integers. So I'm going to use integer num1 and then set it a value of 2, integer num2 4, integer num3 set to 5, and integer num4 is equals to 10. So after we have initialized the variables, the next thing is we're going to do the calculation. So we're going to calculate the average by first determining the sum of the numbers, getting the sum of the 4 numbers, and then dividing it by 4. So let's create a variable. Let's make it as float sum is equals to, add the 4 numbers here, num1 plus num2 plus num3 and then num4. So after that, let's create another variable. Let's also initialize it at float, and let's give it a name average. And then we're going to get we're going to use the sum variable divided by 4. Once we have calculated it, the next step is for us to display the output. So let's have here print the average, okay. And then we're going to use the command system out print line to for us to print the average is, and then we're going to use the variable plus average to show the answer. So next is let us run our program. Right click and then click run Java. So it's currently compiling. As you can see, this is the answer, 5.25. Okay, so we're able to initialize 4 variables here. Then after that, we have calculated the average by getting the sum of the 4 numbers and then also dividing it by 4, which is the total number of elements, and then printing the average by using the system.out.println command. So that's our first example. Let's now move on to our next problem. Again, let's create a new file. Give it a name solution2.java. Let's go back here and then let's copy the text and then paste the text here. So in this example, I'm going to use this multi-line comment and then paste our problem here. So again, what we need to do here is to determine or create a program that will generate this specific pattern. Okay, so first we have this variable a printed 5 times. Then after that, we're going to have also this value here printed. Okay, so in order for us to create this, we are also required to create a looping statement to obtain the output. So first thing is, let's create now our main class. Okay. So after we have created our main class, we should now create a for loop statement that will go and print out the pattern. So let's create here a for loop for, and then we're going to have here I, and let's set it a value of 1. Then we give it I less than equal to 5, and then we increment I. Okay, then open and close curly brace. Now here we're going to use the system out print line command statement that will print out the desired output. So first things that, let's display first this set values, the first column here, A. So what we need to do is to use here the use quotes and then A. Okay, there, and then that's it. Then let's run the code first. I think this will be okay. So let's clear up this section here and then run our Java program, and let's see the output. So you can see we already have printed the first column, which is A based on our output here. So the next step is, as you can see, there is a tab, and then it prints out the numbers 1 and then the variable A again, or A. So what we need to do is to use a \t command that allows us to provide the tab, and then we're going to concatenate it with the numbers 1 to 10, since 1 to 5, since we have here a loop. So plus I, this one here, and then plus, and then we're going to print again the letter A. So period, then A. So that's it. So this is the solution. So let's run it again. So as you can see, we have this output. So let's close this and then run our program code again. And that's it. We already have our output that displays this specific pattern. Okay, let's now proceed with solution number 3. So again, let's create a new file. Let's give it a name, solution3.java. Okay, and then we'll go back to this text file here and copy our program code. So give me a while to do some copy and paste it here. Okay, again, let's have a multi-line comment. And then paste the prompt. Okay, so let me just arrange it here so that it's readable. So here we are asked to compute for the body mass index, or BMI. In order for us to compute for that, the formula is given where BMI is equals to 703 multiplied by the weight in pounds and also the height in inches. Then we're going to have it squared. Okay, next thing is, let's now we already have our class here, and then let's open up our main Java class. So public. Okay, so since we are also required to enter the weight in pounds and also height in inches, let's now import here our scanner, java.util.scanner. Okay, so once we have that, then let's go back here and then let's create a scanner, then scanner is equals to new scanner system that okay, that one. Okay, once we have this section, the next thing is, let's now create a prompt that will ask the user to input the weight in pounds and also the height in inches. Okay, so let's have here as out, then enter your weight in pounds. Okay, there. And then let's have our input. Let's set our weight to double. Okay, is equals to scanner dot next double. Okay, and then the next prompt will be entering the height in inches as out, and then just double quote, enter your height in inches. Okay, there. Let's include this column here, and let's have our input double height is equals to scanner dot next double. There. So once we have our input, the next thing is we need to now compute or calculate the BMI given the formula, this one here. So let's copy this one and then let's just modify it later. Okay, so here I'll be using this lowercase. Let's have here in double to have BMI is equals to 703. Okay, let's add here 703. Then we will be multiplying it with our weight there. Once we have multiply, and then we're going to divide it by h squared. So here, going to height, I will be typing here height, and then multiply by height there. Okay, so this is the formula in computing for the BMI. Then finally, let's print out the output. So our output here, we're going to use our system out the print line, and then use here your text, your BMI is, and then concatenate it with the variable BMI. Okay, there. Another thing to do, since we have opened up our scanner here, we can also close the scanner that we have opened. So scanner dot close. Okay, so next thing is we need to test our program. Okay, so let's close this section here. So this is our program code. Right click and then run our Java program. Let's see, I hope there's no error. So as you can see, we are prompted to enter the weight in pounds. So let's say 80, and then the height is in inches is around what? Let's say what's a good input here? Let's say 72. Okay, and then let's press enter. As you can see, this is the BMI output. Okay, so we're able to satisfy the requirements for our program, that is to calculate or compute for the BMI. Okay, so let's go to our next problem. Let's create a new file and let's give it a name, solution4.java. Okay, and let's go back here and again copy the text. So let's create here a, sorry, what happened? Let's create something wrong with my keyboard. Okay, so let's create here. Oh, what's happening here? Let's wait for a while. Not sure what's happening with my keyboard. Okay. Okay, so I'll be transferring to a new keyboard. Let's wait for a while. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I think there's a problem. Okay, let me just connect to my keyboard. Okay, there. Okay, and let me delete this section. Okay, now it's working. Again, let's go back and copy our problem code. Okay, there, it's working already. And let's paste our code. Okay, so here in this problem, we are to show or to display the sort of a credit scoring here. And as you can see in our program or our problem, we will be asking the user how many credits have they taken. If the credit ranges from 0 to 23 for freshman, 24 to 53 it's sophomore, 54 to 83 is junior, and over 84 it's for seniors. Okay, so again, we will be asking the user to enter the number of credits that they have taken. So to do that, let's now import first our java.util.scanner. Okay, then after that, the next step is for us to create our main Java class program and begin writing our code. Okay, so the next step is for us to create our scanner is equals to new scanner, then system there. So we already imported our scanner class, and then we already have created a new scanner object that will allow us to read the values from our keyboard. The next step is for us to create a prompt that will ask the user how many credits, this one here, they have taken. Okay, so let's create or use here our system.out.println, and then type the text, enter the number of credits you have taken. That's it. Okay, then let's have our input. So I'm going to use here an integer and then give it a name credit, and then it's equals to scanner dot next int, since this is an integer. Okay, so the next step is for us to already prompt it. Then we need to, I'll be creating here another variable which will be of a string type, and then later we will pass the value of freshman, sophomore, junior, and then senior here. Okay, so let's create another variable. Let's define here that string, and then let's call this as class standing. Okay, then since we have here sort of a range, so we'll be using the simple if statement or if else statement to determine the class standing based on the credits that was inputted by the user. So let's start with a simple if statement here. So wait, let me type this if, then we use the variable credit. Okay, credit, what do we use? Credit. Okay, let's make credits. Okay, there. So if the credits is what? Greater than or equal to 0, and credits, right? We use credit, right? Yes, okay. Credits is less than or equal to 23. There. So this is our first condition. We will now be setting the class standing variable to equal to freshman. Okay. If there are problems, let's debug it later. Okay, we can't resolve a variable. So what did we use? We use credits. Hmm. What's wrong with this one? Aha. The operator is undefined. And there's a problem here. Are we going to use this one? Okay, let's type it first and then let's debug it later. Okay, so let us continue. So we have our first condition here. Then after that, we're going to have here else if credits, okay, credits is greater than or equal to 24 and credits is less than or equal to 53. Then we're going to have our opening curly braces. Let's copy this one here to save us time of typing, and then this will be sophomores. Okay, then let's copy this section here again. Okay, and then for the third time we're going to have credits is less than or equal to 54. This is now on the junior side, and then less than or equal to 83, and then this will be juniors. Okay, and for the last option, okay, oh wait, juniors, sorry, okay, else class starting is equals to seniors. Okay, there. Then after that, we will be printing the final class standing. Sorry. Oh, S out. What's happening? Not sure. I think there's a problem here. Okay, and then your class standing is okay, and then let's concatenate with our class standing variable. Then after that, since we have opened our scanner that close. Okay, let's put here a semicolon. Let's review. I think we have a problem here. Cannot be resolved a variable Java. Okay, so let's try to check what's wrong with this variable. So if credits is greater than or equal to 0 and credits, okay, what's happening here? I'm not sure. Let's try to run it first. Hopefully there are no there's a problem. Okay, failed. Let's close this. Let's check it again. There's a fixed value here. So is the problem? Oh, we forgot to include a close. Okay, there. I think. Okay, we have removed. Okay, we still have one here. Semicolon. Okay, so sorry for that. It took us some time to see the output. Let us now run our code. Run Java. Okay. Ayan. So we are now asked to enter. So let's try. Let's say our credit is 1. Then the ranking is freshman. So let's run it again. Okay, let's test the sophomores. So let's give it a value of 24. And we have here our sophomores output. Let's give it our juniors. Run Java. It's 54. Let's make it 55. Okay, it's juniors, and the last one here is for our seniors. And that is greater than what? 84 or 84. Let's give it a value of 85. Okay, and then seniors. Okay, so this is the answer for our fourth problem, that is to determine sort of the credits credits of a particular year level. Okay, let's now proceed with our last problem here. Let's create a new file, and then I'll be typing here solution5.java. Okay, so we already have a file. Let's go back here and then copy the problem. Okay, so wait, let's have our opening. Okay, so in this problem we are asked to solve the power problem. Okay, so we need to calculate the power across a circuit component with the given formula P is equals to B squared divided by R. Okay, so we already have our class here. Let's create now our main Java class. Okay, and then the next step is, since we are asked also here to enter the voltage and resistance, so we will be importing our library, our scanner library here. So let's start by typing our import. Okay, import java.util.scanner there, and then let's create a scanner object. So here we have scanner, and scanner is equals to new scanner. Okay, then system that. Okay, once we have that, next step is for us to create our prompt to enter the voltage and the resistance, right? So let's okay, enter the voltage. Okay, and then we're going to create a variable. Let's make it double. Let's give it to voltage, and then let's have scanner that next double. Okay, let's create our next prompt. This time we will be enter the resistance. Okay, then double resistance is equals to scanner that next double there. Once we have that, let's now use this formula to compute for the power. Okay, so let's create a variable double power is equals to, okay, now we need to create raise this by power of 2. Okay, so I'm going to use here the function math.pow, okay, and then voltage and then square divided by resistance. Okay, there. Okay, and then after that, let's display the power. Okay, the corresponding power is, okay, and then let's concatenate power since we use that variable, and then plus watts. Let's have some spaces here. Okay, next is it should print also a warning if the power turns out greater than 1000 watts. So we will use this variable here together with the if statement. If power is greater than 1000, then we will be, okay, sorry, let's include this one here. We will say warning power exceeds 1000 watts. Okay, there. Okay, and again, since we open up our scanner here, let's close our scanner. Oops. Okay, I think that is all for this problem. So let's look at this again. So okay, let's remove this. Okay, not sure why we have that. And then okay, I think we have covered everything. So let's test and run our code. Okay, so we are asked to enter the voltage. So the voltage, for example, let's have 500, and then resistance is 20. Okay, corresponding power is 12,500, and we have exceeded the power exceeds 1000 watts. So based on our given problem here. Okay, so congratulations, you have successfully answered or gone to the first 5 problems in our tutorial. Okay, don't forget to review our program code. I will be uploading this one and then placing it in our GitHub. So I'll be pushing through the contents or the source code here. Okay, you just look for this one. So let me give you the site address. By the way, let me check it for a while. Okay, so I will be uploading all the Java codes to this GitHub address. So just look for it or follow this link here so that you'll be able to see all the codes that I have created for today. Okay, so this is just the first 5 problems in a series of problems that we'll be solving during the couple of months, depending on the progress of this tutorial. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos so that we'll be able to continue creating the content. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.